Retro Road Trip.
And here comes John Culver, if you guys could give him a quick wave and a huge appreciation for that great demonstration in that T6 Texan, they call that. All right, John. All right, here comes the MiG, you guys. Sponsored by Red Bull energy drink. Here we go. And as you watch Bill Reisman piloting the Red MiG, he has more hours in a Russian plane than any American pilot, about 650. Air Force fighter pilot in Vietnam. This aircraft was his adversary, believe it or not. He's flying the bad guy's plane right now. Check it out. And I don't know if you guys were here yesterday, but we had a race, and we're going to have a rematch with that jet car down there with Scott and Linda Hammock on the Air Force Reserve jet car. So let's see. They won yesterday. I think we're going to win today. The MiG-17F is Vietnam era, like I said, and this is the Russians' first operational supersonic jet aircraft, which means it can go real fast. And it looks like we're missing a smoke generator there. We usually have 2 streams, but at least one's working. Bill has flown 50-plus aircraft, 50 years of flying, would you believe? And he said this one is his very favorite. He says, this thing actually talks to me. I can feel it in my rump. He says, if she doesn't want to do something, she'll shudder, so he'll back off. Let's pull it up, Bill. Let's see how hard she can pull. We got a lot of heat today, but he said he thinks he can get up to 7 to 8 Gs, but he is capable of doing 10 Gs. This aircraft was mainly a point-to-point defender, which means aircraft would shoot direct at it. They have cannons, 3 cannons, 2 23 millimeters and 1 37 millimeter, and they weren't capable of some air-to-ground bombs, up to 500 pounds. But he said after 24 years in a blue Air Force uniform, he's really glad he didn't get to come up against one, because would have eaten it for lunch. And then he said, they told him if they got a hit, that the thing would just fall apart. He says that nothing could be farther than goal, so he has courage up there. Red Bulls and energy drink. It's non-alcoholic. There's an aileron roll. Look at the belly underneath. We've got it painted black on purpose. And just like our Air Force Thunderbirds, the Russians had a jet team themselves, and they were painted red on the top with silver bottoms, but they did not have an afterburner. It was a Fresco A. This is a Fresco C NATO name, that is. We have some friends in the back on the line here. You can see a MiG-15, which is Korean era, and then a MiG-21, which is a 2.1 Mach aircraft. So you can see all 3 today. Here's the Korean on the line, Bill Reisman and the Red Bull MiG in the air, and the MiG-21 back there on the static line. So you have to go check that out after it's done. This is Bill's second MiG, 4-point roll here for you. Hesitation roll. The first one blew up on him in a test top, believe it or not. Every year we inspect the burner cam, the afterburner. There's so much flame back there. You watch for any cracks or anything. He took it up for a test top, like we said, and believe it or not, I think what it was, a fuel line over the afterburner, and he put the gear up and ignited the spark, and it blew a big hole, 40 foot of flame out the side. He's up there flying. He does not fly with a hot seat. He has one, but he doesn't like to arm it. And believe it or not, he was able to land the darn thing. It would still fly, shuddering all the way. And he broke the world's record for 52-year-old men in a 100-yard dash. I am not kidding. I think that the Red Bull sponsorship is great. You know, it's just strung like Brill tank with wings. And they say Red Bull gives you wings. Look like Bill has his today. You know, when he sets up that maneuver, he's sneaking up behind you guys, and he hits the burner. Again, it's a little hot today. I hope he got up to 600 miles an hour there. He should have. Look at him up there. He's off to your left. Behind you guys now. There's no smoke. They're real nimble, very hard to see. And in Vietnam, they were silver, so they would come up out of nowhere and, give us a really hard time. It's got one smoke generator on. We put those on there on purpose, folks, so you can see the aircraft. All right, right about here, you'll throw that burner on so you can look right up into that tailpipe. How do you like to think about that? You guys are in the Air Force, you're hearing all about the bad guys plane. You want to get near one, you don't really know anything about it, and now you own and operate one. Gotta love that. America, what a good country, huh? We fare the aircraft to all shows all around the country, and we have drop tanks, and we can only go 500 nautical miles, so we hop like frogs, and we have a support plane, which we bought, believe it or not, from comedian Bob Hope, and it's a 4-engine jet, so we cause a lot of static. We were at a show, and somebody wanted to know why that airliner was trying to get forced out of the sky with that little red jet. But no, he's our support presidential escort, we call it. Bill did a tour in Vietnam a year, 320 combat missions in 1 year in the F-100 Super Sabre, which is equivalent to, technology-wise, like our Thunderbird F-16 out there. And I gotta tell you, I think he pushed everybody out of the way so he could be in that plane all year round. And then he retired after the National Guard. He went into selling insurance, and he resides in Beverly Hills, California. Believe it or not, this is his retirement. He flies around doing air shows. How do you like that? I think there's a few guys out there that would like that type of retirement. All right, we got a tanker right over here. When Bill stops, we'll come find you. They said that Red Bull revitalizes mind and body, and I'm going to make sure our announcers have some here. This MiG-17, they built over 10,000 of them. They still fly them in some third world countries today. If you look at the wings, look how swept back they are, which is a great, great aircraft for air shows because he can stay within a mile. And the whole thing about air shows is keeping somebody in front of you so you guys don't get bored or have to have a Red Bull in between maneuvers. The aircraft is powered by a VK1F Klima, they call it. It's a centrifugal force engine, and basically it's like an overgrown garbage disposal. So when we're done with our Red Bull cams, we just shove them. Bill was a test pilot, an airline pilot. He's been flying corporate jets. This is his favorite. He said, okay, by the way, check out this maneuver. This is his favorite one. He's going to set it up. Come right down on the deck. 20,000 feet a minute he can climb, and he's going to pull it straight up vertical. 3 seconds, we're going to be at 12,005, and he'll let the airspeed bleed off. So strange to just see one trail up there. And as he gets to the top, he's going to throw it on its back. And this is what he says. He says, I can always tell my heart's still beating by this maneuver. And he's screaming all the way, making breath. He's going to throw it on its back, go straight down, 4-point hesitation roll to the ground. I got to tell you, this guy's got a lot of guts. There he goes. There's no fuel in the wings, so if they did take a hit, it could still fly. Just can't stop that thing. If it did run out of fuel, he'd never get out of that plane. The gauges in the cockpit are still in Russian, by the way. So we're like, it's pretty interesting to look at them. And I said, Bill, how do you read those gauges? Do you understand them? And he goes, no, I don't understand them. I just pull the stick back, the buildings get smaller. I push it forward, they get bigger, and that's all I need to know. Just a moment, I think he's going to throw the flaps down, gear down, speed brakes out. Do a little slow pass and a roll by us so we can get a good look at the aircraft. You know, they had a $100,000 reward for anybody that could capture this thing. And when they finally got a hold of them, there was I think it was a North Korean pilot that defected in one, so they didn't have to pay for it, but boy, when they got a hold of it, They have a pneumatic system, so there's a stick, not a yoke. Here comes our roll. So you can always tell when you got a new MiG pilot, because it's really hard to steer. The brakes are on the stick. There's no brakes on the rudders. Uh-oh. Oh, there's that jet car. Here comes Sky Hammock. Oh, boy. I gotta tell you, these guys met in a restaurant last night for this rematch. You're about to see something real interesting, because Bill Lincoln and his Red Bull MiG-17 way up tight. And Scott Hammock and his Air Force Reserve jet car his title. What do you think? You think Scott's going? Come on, what do you think? The jet car? Jet car? Okay, all right. Oh, okay, now let's hear about the bowl. Is the Red Bull going to win? Gosh, that jet car. That's 2 days in a row you guys want the jet car to win. Scott's jet it houses a Westinghouse J34-48 engine, and it was out of a T2 Buckeye. Move forward, you guys. You're going to want to see this. This is something else. This is not normal. He said he can approach speeds of 350 miles per hour. And he uses a lot of fuel. You can hold that down. Let's go cool this year. This is going to give you some mini sonic boom here. His wife, Linda Hammock, is out there. She's the one that has the flag out there, but lets these guys know when the race starts. She's talking to Bill, she's talking to Scott. She's trying not to get hit by either vehicle. Where's that MiG, you guys? I told you those MiGs are sneaky. He's out there somewhere. Scott only has one run at it. He doesn't have enough fuel. I hear her. She says, let's get ready. 6,000 pounds of thrust on that jet car, that Air Force Reserve jet car. The MiG with mill power has up to 7,800 pounds of thrust. So I don't know. It's going to be a close one. There he is. Okay, I think we've got a race. You guys have to scream when they go because it just makes them more excited. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the shark MiG. Yeah. Oh boy, I don't know. I think the MiG's gonna win today. He's pretty mad after yesterday. There she is out there with her little red flags. You see her? Gentlemen, we have a race. He was pretty low. All right, March Air Force Base, thank you very much. From the entire Red Bull MiG team, we are going to hand this back over to you, John. I hope you guys enjoy that. I did. Bye-bye.